Good evening, good evening. Welcome, 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 welcome to Friday edition here in BTV Kenya. BTV Kenya brings you live what's happening in the Republic of Kenya and beyond. Remember, you can subscribe. Just go to YouTube, BTV Kenya. You can also follow us on Facebook page, that is Blackman TV Kenya. You can also leave a comment so that we know where we are reaching you from. I'm your host, Gagi Isaiah. Now, getting into what we are having for you today is that beginning with the first news in the bulletin is that Kenyan-born Hulda Mumanyi, addressing the media, could not hide her joy following her elections as the Minnesota House representative in the just concluded United States of America's elections. Hulda recounted the challenges her family undergone in the USA. She, however, said that all is possible with determination.
So getting to this moment, honestly, is just a testament of the struggles that my family has gone through to be in this country, fight the immigration system, being very close to being, a politician, a senator who was a senator of the people, Paul Wellstone, fighting for our family's case, and finally us winning our green cards and then getting our citizenship, and then now here, 22 years later, running for political office. So it's definitely a testament of the commitment and the sacrifices that a lot of people have made for me to be here. It is still surreal, right? A role model, as you say, to somebody, to remind them that it is possible, that, our wildest dreams are possible, then that would be something that I would look back and say, wow, I've made a difference in somebody's life. So I think the biggest challenge that for our immigrant community is that we come here and we settle, right? We think that we have arrived. And also, I don't blame our community. It's a lack of knowledge, not understanding and knowing how this system works, not knowing, what the value of this system and what that can bring into their lives. And so I sit here and I take that mantle, right, to educate our community and say, hey, there's also power when we get our people at the table, right? When we get our people to talk about, this is what's important to us. And because that's the whole essence of politics, right? And being a leader in that space, making sure that you're fighting for the voices of those people who might not know what's possible. And the fact that I had a little resources that out here, it is my job to go back to my community and tell them, hey, there are resources here. This is how this system works. Let's work together to mobilize and make sure that we are also taking a piece of the pie. I'm the first woman. You're right. I am the first woman. And that carries a lot of, responsibilities. And I don't want to be the last. Like Kamala always says, I'm going to be the first, but I'm not going to be the last. And I'm hoping that this moment right here is elected me and making sure that our renters are protected, renters' rights. I want to champion workers' rights, where we have strong unions that are really supporting the community and making sure that we do have, livable wages. We do have, protected workforce. And of course, small businesses. We want to make sure that Senate District 38A or Senate District 38 in general, has a thriving and robust small business economy. Right now, the small businesses in my district are run by immigrants, right? African immigrants. So I'm super excited to come in and look at what's possible and then go back to my community and say, hey, this is the resources that are out there that are going to help you keep being consistent and also grow your businesses. So I'm definitely looking forward to championing small business. My message is simple: be consistent. Commit to this space. I ran for Senate the last election cycle. We put in a great fight. We lost, but I take that loss as a learning opportunity, right? So I took all the lessons that I learned from the Senate race and brought it to the House race. And one of the biggest lessons that I learned is utilizing data, right? And so this time around, we definitely made decisions and we tweaked our strategic plan based on the data. And so I want to tell our people, keep going. I know that my brother Sam Mwangi lost just by a few, I think it was like 46 votes, right? And I look back and I go, you were that close and this is your first time running? My brother, keep going. So I want to encourage our people. We need more of us to run. There's enough space in this legislator for more people of color, especially immigrants, because that's the voice that is missing. At the end of the day, this is a part of our democracy. There's moments you win, there's moments you lose. And so at this point, especially me being a Democrat, it is a bittersweet. I'm still grappling with the idea of a Trump presidency, administration. But at the end of the day, we're here to serve the people. It didn't matter whether you are Democrat, Republican. We are here as a legislator to serve the people of Minnesota. I'm not going to Congress, and so my focus is going to be making sure that we have protections within the state of Minnesota to make sure that the residents of the state of Minnesota are protected no matter what's going on at the national level. You know, you can sit here and dissect this thing, right? But I'm not going to dwell on what went wrong. The milk has already been spilled, right? I'm not going to sit here and try to collect the milk. What I want to focus is on how do we move our country forward with the current administration, because that's the administration of the day. And we have to find ways to work with them, to compromise. Yes, I know the word compromise in politics is a very dangerous word to use, but we are here to make sure that we compromise so that we can move this country forward. I am so honored to be a Kenyan American. And to our people back home, continue celebrating, because this is a historical moment. And there's nothing wrong with taking a moment to acknowledge the magnitude of the moment. And so I keep on telling everybody, however you want to celebrate, celebrate, because this is a moment that belongs to us. After the celebrations, let's get back to work. There's a lot of work that needs to get done. I was just talking to a couple of members of Parliament in Kenya, and I told him, you know, I'm ready to collaborate. Let's figure out what's possible. I can't promise anything because I don't know what's possible, but I am here excited to hopefully be a partner with our members of Parliament there to talk about what does a development look like? How do we move our country from where it is, how do we move Kenya from where it is right now to where it could be? Because Kenya has unlimited potential, and it's up to our leaders to do right by the people of Kenya. And we can do that when we are honest with one another and when we're addressing, you know, really serious issues that are plaguing Kenya, like corruption and
still on election in the US elections now, we realize that the members of the National Assembly expressed their joy on Wednesday as they heaped praise on the newly elected Minnesota House Representative Kenyan-born Huldah Momanyi Hisley.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to give a general statement regarding recognition of Honorable Huldah Momanyi Hisley. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 25-2B, I rise with great pride to notify the House of the incredible achievement of the Honorable Huldah Momanyi Hisley on her historic victory of being elected as a member of the Minnesota House of Representatives, USA, in the recent elections. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Hisley's success is a shining example of courage and determination, and it brings immense pride not only to her community, but to the entire nation of Kenya on the unlimited potential of our people to achieve greatness beyond our borders. Her achievements resonate far beyond Minnesota. It is a profound inspiration to women leaders across Africa and Kenya, especially those who aspire to make an impact in public service. Her journey from Nyemiso Village, Magombo Ward, Nyamira County in Kenya to a prominent legislative position in the United States of America demonstrates that with ambition, resilience, and hard work, there are no limits to what one can achieve. Honorable Speaker, her victory signals an important step forward for gender inclusion in politics, showing that the barriers of women's leaderships can and must be broken. The Honorable Hisley stands as a role model for young women and girls everywhere who dream of creative, positive change within their community and beyond. Honorable Speaker, I therefore wholeheartedly congratulate the Honorable Momanyi Hisley on a well-deserved success, and I'm doing this on my own behalf and on behalf of the MP for Kitutu Masaba, Clive Gisairo, and the entire Omogusi Nation, and wish her every success in the Minnesota House of Representatives. May her leadership continue to inspire future generations of African women and girls to pursue their goals with confidence and purpose. And Honorable Speaker, today when I was speaking to the Honorable Lady, she did express a message of cooperation to each and every Kenyan leader within these borders and beyond, and she promises to work with each one of us and invites all of you to Minnesota. Honorable Speaker, I thank you, and I wish to ask for your indulgence to allow some of the members to also express their appreciations, because you can see the kind of joy that is here, that Minnesota is also part of us. I thank you.
I will allow a few of us to record their recognitions and appreciation, not congratulations, for this great achievement by a Kenyan, a born Kenyan in the United States of America. No, she's Kenyan. She's Kenyan. The minority whip, the Honorable Millie Odhiambo Mabona.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, if you're talking today, unless you're speaking with an American accent, you're not going to be allowed to speak here. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that on behalf of the people of Suba North and the Kenyans at large, I just want to congratulate Honorable Huldah for this win. Mr. Speaker, she is a Kenyan immigrant who has gone to the United States of America. And Mr. Speaker, unless you're able to speak the way I'm speaking today, you have no business going to the United States of America. Mr. Speaker, on a more serious note, Mr. Speaker, on a more serious note, I want to say that I'm very happy.
Honorable Millie Mabona, the standing order provisions are clear.
Yes.
You start in a language, you continue in that language to the end. So can you continue?
Mr. Speaker, I can actually finish in this language because as a graduate of New York University, Mr. Speaker, and I can actually tell you that one talent that the Lord God has given me is that I pick accents wherever I go. So if I go into Kisii, I will speak Kisii accent. If I go into the United States of America, I will speak American accent. And Mr. Speaker, I can tell you just before I came here, I was listening to Huldah, and I think that's what has actually influenced the way I'm speaking right now. But Mr. Speaker, now let me go back as a member of Suba North. And as a member of Suba North, Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that Huldah is the first Kenyan born to be actually elected in the United States of America. And Mr. Speaker, we know that Obama was elected, and his father is from Kogelo. But actually, Obama was not born in Kenya. Even though that was an issue in America, they were trying to say that he was born in Kenya. But his father was born in Kenya. But Huldah is Kenyan-born who has been elected. As a woman in Kenya, I am extremely proud. And especially for those of us who are rooting especially for Honorable Kamala, even though I know you are a Trump guy, but we were rooting for Kamala Harris, and because she didn't win, at least this is something that gives us a little bit of consolation. And even though we know that America is still a little behind in terms of democratization, in Kenya we are setting the pace, and we are telling America's followers soon, because even in terms of representation of women, we are ahead. America may have been ahead in democracy, but Africa is fast overtaking America, and we are going to tell them how things are done. And while they are still playing, we will have the first Kenyan to be born. Mr. Speaker, I know my time is up, but I just want to say that you saw that they also play Kanungo, because they realized that all Kenyans were behind her. She's a Kisii, and we celebrate that the Kisii produced somebody excellent. But you know the Kisii, Abagusi, Abasuba, Abamili, we are all there, Mr. Speaker, and we are happy.
Our minority whip is so learned and so widely gifted. The Honorable Silvanus Osoro, our majority whip.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I may not be lucky. My Kisii accent won't allow me to speak like Honorable Millie, but I want to join my colleagues, Honorable Millie and Honorable Rene Mayaka, in congratulating the good lady, Honorable Momanyi, for winning her seat. Honorable Speaker, I have had 2 encounters with the Honorable Momanyi in the United States of America. The first encounter was when I went to the US in Texas. on or about 2023 when we started upon the transition, I think we were with Honorable Bai at that time. And the Gusii community that lives in the US requested to have a meeting with me. And Honorable Momanyi came, and it was actually in Texas, all the way from Minnesota. And then she came, though they say Minnesota, but she came all the way from Minnesota to Texas, where we had a meeting, and she actually acted as an MC. At that point, nobody would notice that she would become anything, Honorable Speaker. Fast forward, in the recent visit by His Excellency the President to Washington, D.C., I was privileged to accompany His Excellency the President, and while in the White House, that tall, slender lady, very beautiful, approached me again and told me, "You remember me?" I told her I couldn't. I can't remember you. Then she told me.
Thank you so much, media viewers. Welcome back. Now, today, Millie Odhiambo has carried the day on congratulating our very own Huldah Momanyi, who is elected as House Representative there in the United States. Now, moving on with what we're having for you is that President William Ruto on Thursday inspected the ongoing construction of Talanta Sports Stadium in Nairobi. The 45 billion stadium will be the first international sporting facility in the country in decades. The 60,000-seater stadium is the single most expensive sporting facility in Kenya that is expected to be co-hosting the 2027 African Cup of Nations, which is co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania.
Sasa reli ndio imebaki. Unataka tusongeshe reli? Mpaka Malaba. Pande reli mpaka Malaba. Mpaka Malaba. Hiyo sawa. Kwa mingi vijana wapate kazi. Alafu pia nimepanga housing. Thank you. Tunataka kusonga na mareli pia. Mambo.
Welcome back. That news on the president takes us to our first breather. We're going to have a short break. We'll be right back. Keep tuned to BTV Kenya. Welcome back, my dear viewers. Thank you for keeping tuned to Bay TV. Now we are moving into Migori County, our county, where Migori County Governor Dr. Ochilo Hayako on Thursday, while addressing mourners who attended the burial of the late Prince Julie, a renowned Benga musician in Kenya, Governor Ochilo Hayako called on the entire national and local politicians in Migori County to exercise restraint and unite Kenyans in preaching peace and unity. In attendance were Mama Ida Odinga, Homa Bay County Governor Gladys Wanga, Migori Senator Eddie Okech, Fatuma Mohammed, Migori Women Representative. All the leaders urged politicians to embrace peace and allow those elected to work for the people of Migori.
Culture of inclusivity, the culture of unity, the culture of peace, and the culture of love. Because you can build all the things, but if you do not leave a united people, if you do not leave behind people who are happy with their neighbors, who love their neighbors and share with your neighbors, then whatever you have built can be burned to ashes and be reduced to ruins. So I want to appeal to all politicians here in Kenya, here in Migori, that let us, besides the development that we are building using mortar and steel, let us sow the seeds of love, the seeds of unity, and the seeds of togetherness among our people. Music is a great unifier. Music is a great messenger and message for our people. Lily, wherever you are the musician who taught the generation before this one that dunia ni mbaya. Now this generation, majority of them are alive today kwa sababu walikusikiza, na tukiwawacha vile umetuacha hapa tunajua dunia ni mbaya.
Ukia ngima mar life mar ngat manosono gi ngat mabire liel. To seche moko keto luore kiniji. Uketo luore chunji. Makata ngat moro madwa bire liel ok nyal biro. Nikech luoro muketo nuan ko dha odhi wuok. Onge dha mano wuok e lienda lili kata matin. Onge dha mano wuok e lienda lili kata manade. Kata matin. Makibiro gi that intention. Mitinga rungi tingo pale, tingo gik mitingo. Kau pala nino eduoki olalo. Kau pala nino ikan. Arungi no kawidhi kani tok bungu kuja chande. Wan kawachu rumo, ikwanye kama ni ikane ni dhiko ni dalau. Mane kwayona.
Gavana marwa bendi Gladys Wanga maja komar chama, Mama Fatuma, jodalawa, osiepe, jothumbe duto, anyuola duto, amoso no kwe uru. An kauno kabiwacho mang'eny, nikech an achiel kuom jogo eko ma Princess Injowero. Kendo Princess jaribna kabisa ma waseyuago Princess. Kendo alamo Nyasaye ni koyie to ket chunye kumokwe. Nimar momondiko ne owadwa Felix Nyonan Kodu manyiso ni momondiko e Zaburi 34 Matinda 18 ni onge jogo kuma Nyasaye chiegni go malo jogo kuma ywak kaka saka chalo kodama. Omewale mone miro mondo dhi maber to gigo kuma no puonjowa gi yor mar thum. Wageno ni jotume modong Nyasaye bo konyo gin bende mondo mi gimed puonjo jowa mathoth, to moloyo ni wanga kaka joma nuore od bura wana mondo wati matek mondo wa make sure ni jothumbe wa sirikal nyalo konyo.
Wachako waduokero kamano ne Nyasaye to kod mama Ida kuom ritonwa jakom. Pokwa winjo ka jakom biro nino chamo ring'o man gi chumbi mang'eny. Nyamigori tedo maber wayie kodi. Nyarwa ni wapuonjo tedo ritonwa baba maler. Josuna West. Yiero noserumo sani koro weyowa mondo watinu. di to ibo yeri manata moyer wani imeti atiyo mari jogi buru giktari kumigo e kogno negi wachna mutiyo maber genga mutiyo mara to gadieri dako alaro ki dako wadgi gimoro oke machak ng'ad bura ni dhako no kia tedo teman nusia mudoge un gi pachu omi ahero u okabi kwarara ahinya lienda lilika adwoko Nyasaye erokamano amaparo ni lweta nochopo kae sama ber kendo ang'e ni Nyasaye biro rito dalani wabiro medo dak kanyakla kaka josuna kaka jo Migori County nyama ng'ado wuoth kapok sa wuoth oromo ka kiwe biro slow kigo slow omede ngima otine
MCAs ma Migori ka kachiel gi MCAs ma Homa Bay mang'eni be nie iye ka kamoro jothum musicians artists mobiro ywak achiel kuomgi mabe ni ka family mar Princess Julie jo Migori duto welo wedego siepe amoso uni Nyasaye ber seche te fuabadi ya mokama kinenga kama entini kwa gone Princess Julie oriti jothurwa kanyochi nena juma mokalo kada dweche ariyo mokalo ODM okwaringi agombo nyalego to Nyasaye otelne oyawne yo kura modhi manya Addis Ababa oken kura mwagoyo wan kako gandawala man kagi kura achiel kende man Kenya kamar William Ruto ema idhi go Addis Ababa to wan gi modong'nwa kako ganda kaka kanisa chongwa kang'owa gilo walemne ura gwambo ka gwambo no e jatendwa kata en Addis Ababa.
Now, still on Migori County, still in Migori County Bishops Accord, addressing BTV reporter on Friday, called on the government to act with speed to stop killings of women and girls, which has been witnessed in the country in the past months. Bishop Dr. Jobando, the chairperson of the Migori County Bishops Accord, condemned the killings, terming it unbiblical, and called on the government to act with urgency to stop the killings. Flagged by Bishop Nelson Kongere, the secretary of the Organization of Bishops, Bishop Kongere said the government has the capacity to stop the witnessed killings in the country, and also called on the government to stop such act as it is not right for the people. Now, speaking during the same time, Bishop Joshua Kangie of Church of God of Prophecy called on the parents to be very vigilant and to know their children's whereabouts during this long holiday.
My name is Bishop Dr. Jobando. I'm the presiding bishop of Caring Africa Outreach Church. And as far as Migori vicinity is concerned, I'm the chairman of Migori County Bishops Accord. I want to address the issue of femicide. Femicide is becoming very serious, and the government should take it very seriously so that they do a vast investigation towards all these messes. And it is very, very unbiblical, because the female personalities are supposed to be loved by males, not to be killed. So the idea of killing them is opposing the expectation of God. God created the female to be loved. And when we find that instead of them being loved by community, they are being killed, it is contradictory. And therefore, we condemn that nature in the strongest terms so far which we can voice out. I advise our communities to behave well to the females, community because they are not fighting us, and I don't see the reason why they should be killed. Even God does not kill. The Bible says so, that let nobody claim the blood of other people. It is really an abominable for the actors of femicide, because they are going contrary to God's plan, and even within the family's circle, they are doing harm, which is creating psychological effect to all the families who are involved in the circle or the victims' families.
I'm Bishop Dr. Nelson Kongere, presiding Bishop, Dominion Gospel Outreach Ministries. I'm the secretary to the county organizations of Bishop, and I want to condemn this act so much in the strongest term possible, that should it continue, we need to ask the government to act efficiently as required, because it is not far from them to get the truth and also reach. I appreciate the DCI, because recently we've got some hope on how they are treating matters, and even how they got that case of Willis of Siaya. And now we also ask them to do the same on the women's issue.
My name is Bishop Joshua Kangie of Church of God of Prophecy. I want to really advise that parents, make sure you know where your children are going, at what time, be updated. And I would also want to ask our students, the days are highly technological, and as you use the media and you use the internet, I would want to urge that you do it with modesty, because a lot of things have happened to our people, and we want to pray that you be secure over the holidays. Stop unnecessary movements, disco matangas, be away from them, because this would help you to take your time. We are expecting all of you back in school next year, so don't take yourself to places of temptation. As we pray, lead us not into temptation. Don't take yourselves there. We want to urge our students, help your parents during this time, so that you can be productive, and enable your parents also to do other things, so that they can fend for you, to prepare to keep you in school next term. Otherwise, I wish all the candidates success in the exams, and also wish you safe stay back at home. May God bless our parents, even as you take care of our children over the holidays. God bless you.
Now, that news on Bishop's Accord from Migori marks the end of our broadcasting tonight. We want to say thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV. Thank you for your comments. Thank you also so much for letting us know that you are viewing us. Remember, your comments are very, very vital to us. Tonight, we want to say BTV is here to bring you news at the right time. Also, remember, we have some other programs such as Vibrant Morning from Monday to Friday as from 8 a.m. Please don't miss. After that, we also have a program known as Lifestyle, and after Lifestyle, we also have a program entitled Burudani Extra. Those programs run from Monday to Sunday. Remember, keep it tuned. And on Wednesday, we are having Hot Seat here in BTV. On Sunday, we'll be hosting our guest here, discussing matters of politics, in politics and power. Remember to keep tuned to BTV. Subscribe, leave a comment so that we know how we are reaching you and from where we are reaching you. If you are there watching, I say kudos to you. Thank you for keeping tuned to BTV. I'm your host, Isaiah Gagi. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely Friday night. God bless you till we meet again on Monday evening. Have a lovely